So, literature will tell you that 1 in 10 healthcare professionals have an addiction problem. In my realm of experience throughout the years, I have personally dealt with, I'm trying to count, 6 or 7 nurses, and I've been in this hospital practicing for 27 years.
Wow. Yeah. And that seems to be the norm is like everybody I've talked to says like it's a handful of things. So and my next, I guess, kind of like add-on question to that is, do you feel that it's very prevalent in our area?
I think we don't know. I think it's probably more prevalent than we're aware of. Now that I'm in an administrator role, I look at it differently, and I feel like my job is to take temptation away. So to make sure that the systems are in place, that we are not an access point for the drug of choice. I think that the state does the best they can without being too restrictive. I think that hospitals need to look at where they can take the baseline regulations and make it better. So the state, makes you have a list of all narcotics that come in and when they go out, but they don't tell you how you have to keep track of that.
Right.
So the methods that you use can be tighter or looser. My initial thought is no. I see where you're going, though. I mean, there's a certain amount of PTSD, post-traumatic disorder with this profession because you see things that other people don't see every day. I think it depends on what your support is from your organization, from your family, etc. I don't know that being a nurse makes you more susceptible to being an addict. I think it's very individualized,
Right.
what your own coping skills are. Adequate? I want to say yes. We have an employee assistance program that's completely anonymous. Employees know that they can call this hotline and get anonymous help. We work with NYSNA. Have you worked with NYSNA? No. Is New York State Nurses Association, and they offer a SPAN program. So if I'm a nurse, or a healthcare professional, actually if I'm an RN, and I feel that I have an addiction problem, I can anonymously go to SPAN, and they help set up with treatment and detox and all of that kind of thing, and then make sure that you stay on a program so that you maintain your license after recovery.
Okay, so that was actually going to lead into my next question is like procedurally, maybe with the facility or Department of Health, what's the first step when you notice a discrepancy or you notice that there's an RN on the job that's under the influence?
That's actually 2 separate issues.
Okay.
People don't realize that. If there is a discrepancy in medical records and a narcotic count is off, or somebody's documenting they gave a narcotic and you find they didn't give the narcotic, that is actually theft. That is, you've stolen the pills, you've stolen the drug from this organization. So if you worked at a gas station, you stole a candy bar. Doesn't mean that you're addicted to carbs.
Yeah.
It means you took that candy bar. If you have performance issues that we believe may be drug related, so you're showing up under the influence, that's different.
Okay.
So do you understand?
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah.
Things. But regardless, as a professional licensed person, whenever an RN is let go from a facility for gross misconduct, which theft would be, or substance abuse would be, the chief nursing officer, which is myself, is required to report that to the Department of Education, which launches an investigation into licensure. So if that individual, if we had a record and we knew there was discrepancy and we terminated or allowed someone to resign in lieu of termination due to theft, I would report that to the Office of Profession and Department of Education specifically. I send a letter and then they launch their own investigation. Now, my experience has been at the same time, if it's narcotics, we also have to let Department of Health, Bureau of Narcotics investigation aware that this has happened, and to concurrently the BNI and Department of Education do an investigation. And generally, if the individual says, yes, I have a problem, and seeks some sort of recovery, detox, rehabilitation, they'll allow it to go through drug court. So it lessens the chance of a felony, because it is a felony, and it will show the Department of Education when they go before them for their licensure that they have rehabilitated and enable them to keep their license.
Oh, wow.
So generally they will keep their license under a program where for a year, 3 years, 5 years, you actually have to submit to drug testing once a week and send that in to show that you're not using while you're licensed.